Southern New England's trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Our top story today, a fire in the middle of the street in Providence quickly turning into a large disturbance overnight. Police telling ABC6 that fireworks set off in the middle of the street started that fire, and the whole thing was caught on camera. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Triguelis is live in Providence with video you'll see only on 6. Yanni?
Yeah, good afternoon, Doreen. Providence police responding at about 2 a.m. here to the corner of Glenham and Taylor Streets for that disturbance after fireworks were set off at a block party here last night celebrating the 4th of July. Now, I want you to take a look at the damage left behind from a fire that broke out during that party. And while police were responding, 4 arrests were made, and they also pepper sprayed several people in the crowd. Video you'll only see on ABC6 News of a fire burning in the middle of the street and the aftermath of an ensuing disturbance. Providence police tell ABC6 News they responded to a group of people setting off fireworks on Glenham Street and Taylor Ave, which caused a large fire on the street, and 4 people were arrested.
So much people allow big party, right here.
According to Providence police, 2 people are charged with resisting arrest, 1 facing obstruction charges, and the 4th, simple assault. While responding, police confirmed with ABC6 officers used pepper spray on the crowd while arrests were being made. Witnesses on the streets recalling what they saw Monday night.
Angry, the police. Angry police, the wrong people, young.
Neighbors say the fireworks are part of an annual 4th of July block party celebration.
Like every year, fireworks, celebrate, but we no problem.
Jose Martinez has lived on Taylor Ave for more than 20 years and called the police presence nothing unusual as Providence police patrol the block party annually, which neighbors say hundreds of people turned out for. Some saying the noise from the fireworks kept them up and were angry to see the mess left behind after the holiday.
So much people, I don't know. They said it's too late.
And was it loud?
Yeah, so much. Yeah, so much.
Martinez responding, saying those involved in the block party will clean up the street.
So this, we take care. Later on, everybody wake up, and we clean out all this.
And we are told that the fire did not spread to any of the cars or homes here in the area. And as you can see here behind me, much of the damage from the fireworks and the fire has been cleaned up already here this afternoon. We're live in Providence. Yanni Triguelis, ABC6 News.
All right, Yanni, thank you. And now to yet another mass shooting in America, a deadly July 4th celebration in Highland Park. Authorities say it started when a gunman opened fire from a rooftop aimed at a parade below. 6 people are now dead. Here's ABC's Morgan Norwood.
A holiday of horror. Dozens sent scrambling as a gunman unleashed a barrage of bullets during a July 4th parade in Highland Park, Illinois. Families racing for cover, grabbing their children, desperately searching for safety, when Dad frantically trying to enter a nearby building.
Tried to break the glass to get in with my son, and I couldn't break it, and when the shot stopped again is when we decided we had to run, so we started shooting again. And we ran behind the building, and I put my son in a dumpster.
Abby Brochio was holding her 1-year-old daughter when she was grazed by a bullet.
I hit the ground with my daughter, and I remember looking around trying to figure out where the sound was coming from, and I, in fact, looked up at the neighboring business across the street and saw the shooter on the roof.
6 people now confirmed dead and at least 35 hospitalized. The ages of the victims ranging from as young as 8 to 85. Police are now questioning this man, Robert E. Cremo III, as a person of interest, taken into custody following a day-long manhunt. Cremo spotted by authorities driving in a 2010 silver Honda that they have been looking for.
This individual is believed to have been responsible for what happened, and the investigation will continue. Charges have not been approved yet at this time.
Monday's shooting in Highland Park, just one of a series of gun violence incidents as Americans celebrated Independence Day. Philadelphia, New York City, and Kenosha, Wisconsin, all suffering multiple shootings. And investigators are combing through Cremo's digital and social media footprint as they work to confirm that he was the one responsible for this massacre. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Highland Park, Illinois.
And now we turn to the weather as we take a live look outside right now with our sky cam. Things certainly have changed from yesterday. Let's get over to Kelly Bates with much more on our first forecast. Hi, Kelly.
Hello, Doreen. And yeah, we do have an awful lot of clouds that have already locked into place as we're dealing with a couple of fronts. This is front number one. It's a warm front. It's basically going to do a couple of things. First of all, bring us clouds. Done. Now it's going to bring up the dew points, which it has. They're now into the 60s. And temperatures should actually come up despite the fact we have the cloud cover because of the warm air under the warm front moving in from the south. So the warm front is what's draped across New England right now. We're waiting for the thing working its way across Pennsylvania. That's a cold front, and that cold front will be our potential rainmaker, not necessarily the warm front that's over us now. That is more for northern New England rather than southern New England. For us, the cold front looks like it'll be here after 7 p.m. It will give us a good chance of picking up some showers. There's also the chance that we could see a thunderstorm in here as well. So if we have any thunderstorms, I guess the big question now is, are we going to see any severe weather from them? And I'll have the answer for that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Doreen?
All right, Kelly, thank you. Some of today's headlines. Providence firefighters say fireworks caused a fire on Harvard Ave last night. The deputy fire chief tells us one landed on the roof of a home. No one inside was injured, but 4 kids and 9 adults were displaced. There's smoke and water damage to the home, so National Grid and the Red Cross are helping those residents. Providence firefighters also out early this morning for a fire on Shiloh Street. That call came in about 4 a.m. Crews called for a second alarm because of the size of the building. Our crews on scene observed smoke coming through the roof. An investigator on scene looking into the cause. It's unclear right now. The apartment where this happened is vacant and there were no injuries. The Red Cross is helping an adult and child who lived in the apartment next door. And Providence police responded to Chalkstone Avenue for a car crash that turned out to be a hit and run. This was about 1 this morning. Police on scene tell us the car you see with all the damage right there had no occupants inside. They say the driver of the other car hit the parked car and then took off. And due in court today, the Providence mother charged with manslaughter after allegedly leaving her 2 daughters at their Lucy Street home at the time of a fire in 2020. That fire killed both of Ingrid Sandoval's daughters. DCYF investigated and determined that neglect contributed to both deaths. Sandoval's 2 daughters were on the 2nd floor of the home when the fire broke out, while she was allegedly going to the supermarket down the road. Another neighbor explained that he was home at the time of the fire and thought everyone made it out safely. She's due in court for a bail review. And Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee's been part of this morning, touring a center that will vaccinate kids under age 5. He was there along with interim RIDO director Dr. Utpala Bandy. The Thundermist Health Center in West Warwick will vaccinate kids under 5 after the FDA issued an emergency use authorization for those shots last month. Well, still to come here on the news at noon, we'll have the latest from Akron, Ohio, after a deadly police shooting of an unarmed black man. Why a curfew is now in place. Plus travel, headaches, still problems at the airport with flights. Just how many were canceled and delayed? And later, the hot dog eating champ proves once again he's the GOAT. Back now with the latest on that fatal police shooting of a 25-year-old black man in Akron, Ohio. He was unarmed and running away when he was killed after a traffic stop. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
Another day of protests on the streets of Akron, Ohio, with people demanding police reform after the fatal police shooting of 25-year-old Jayland Walker. A curfew put in place Monday night to help keep the peace after about 50 people were arrested over the weekend following largely peaceful protests.
We got to be peaceful because he's a peaceful. Listen to me when I tell you this. He's a peaceful person, a great kid. All he do is smile, man.
Police body camera footage shows Walker's final moments last week. Police say it all started when Walker drove away from them during an attempted traffic stop. As he sped off, authorities say a gunshot was fired from the car.
One shots fired, that vehicle just had a shot come out of its door.
Walker eventually jumping out, running away on foot while wearing a ski mask. Authorities say Walker then stopped and turned towards them, prompting them to fire dozens of shots. A preliminary medical examiner's report shows Walker's body had at least 60 wounds. He was unarmed when he was shot and killed. Police say they later found a handgun and loaded magazine in his car.
My client was killed while unarmed, and he was shot more than 60 times anyway, and more than 90 bullets were used to take him down. That's extraordinarily disturbing.
The police officers union saying they believe the independent investigation will justify the officers' actions, including the number of shots fired.
They need to be able to articulate what specific threats they were facing, and that goes for every round that goes down the barrel of their gun.
The Ohio Bureau of Investigation is now reviewing the shooting. 8 officers are on paid administrative leave pending the outcome of that investigation. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, Tesla's new tech that helps your car adapt to take on potholes. That story when we come back. Back now with your consumer news, and the long holiday weekend turning into some long waits for a lot of travelers at airports across the country. More than 9 million people going through airports over the weekend, according to the TSA. And while more than 2,200 flights were canceled and thousands more delayed, those numbers were actually down compared to recent weeks. And a new software update allows Tesla vehicles to scan for potholes and adjust vehicle suspension to avoid damage. It does not work with cars that have have autopilot or self-driving mode software activated. There's also a green light chime to help distracted drivers focus.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Kelly Bates.
I sure hope they test it around here, right? It's like the ultimate test here. Anyway, we do have a lot of clouds that are in place. This is all due to a warm front that's here, and our warm front for today is going to do more than just bring clouds. I'll show you in a second. We do have temperatures that are coming up despite the fact that we do have a pretty dense cloud cover in place. We're at 72 now in Providence. We are still in the 60s in Smithfield. We have 75 right now as we look toward Westerly, and we're still in the 60s in Newport. 73 right now in New Bedford. So here's one of the things the warm front has done. It's flipped our wind direction to drive in air from the south and southwest. And that's where we're finding the humidity. So even though temperatures are coming up, they're coming up slow. We have these dew points that are coming up into the 60s, and dew points in the mid 60s is definitely sticky out there. And that's what we have to contend with until our trailing cold front, our following cold front comes through. Wanted to show you your winds again, moving in pretty aggressively from the south or the southwest. And this is just going to continue as we go to the afternoon into the evening hours. In fact, at that time, we should see these winds pick up a little bit too, right in front of an approaching cold front. So what we have here is the warm front, and that warm front basically is just bringing us clouds. If you're looking for rain associated with it, it's mainly in central Mass on upwards into northern New England. Our precipitation in southern New England is more than likely going to come from the cold front that follows behind. So here's this cold front portion, and the cold front has energy associated with it that when you bring it into our warm, moist environment that we're setting the stage with right now, will likely touch off not only showers, but there's a chance we could fire off a couple of thunderstorms as well. So this is the severe outlook. It's put out daily, going 3 days out, and whether or not you're going to be seeing a chance for severe weather. That's what this means, a marginal chance of severe weather. And severe weather is like hail, wind damage, tornadoes, that sort of thing. We're not expecting any of that. We're just in a chance for general thunderstorms. And again, our main time frame for this is for tonight and during the overnight hours. So here's how this is expected to play out. Clouds in place, chance of showers as the cold front nears, and then a chance of showers and thunderstorms as the front takes its time going through overnight. Tomorrow morning we may start off with a leftover cloud or shower, and then we should clear to mostly sunny, and that's the remainder of your Wednesday. So Wednesday is actually looking to be a pretty decent day. Just may start off in the very early morning hours with some clouds or perhaps again a leftover shower. Honestly, if you sleep in, you're going to miss it. You'll wake up to sun. So for today, lots of clouds, chance of showers in there as well. Chance of thunderstorms enters the picture as we go to tonight. Temperatures should top out right around 80 degrees if you average everyone together across the region. And again, your forecast for tonight does have that chance of showers, chance of thunderstorms in here with that wind picking up right in front of that cold front before it comes through. Here's your look ahead, your next 7 days. Again, drying out very quickly for Wednesday. Thursday, we should see some clouds move in, and we have another front on the way for Friday. That one also will give us a chance of showers. But the good news is that as of now, it should clear in time for next weekend, which as of now is looking to be pretty nice with lots of sun and seasonable highs in the lower 80s. Doreen?
All right, Kelly, thanks. Never too early to look forward to the weekend. Still to come here on the news at noon. Pick of the litter is next. Today, meet Africa, one of dozens of beagles rescued and now up for adoption.
pick of the litter. Brought to you by Moriarty's Invisible Fence.
Welcome back. Here with Wayne from the RISPCA. Wayne, always good to see you. And today we have Apricot.
Yeah, Apricot is one of the 40 beagles that we took in cooperation with HSUS. Apricot was born in a medical testing facility, or a facility that breeds dogs for medical testing. He's about a year old. We recently neutered him. He grew up in a cage. So this is really his first exposure to the outside world.
Well, he's such a good boy.
He is. We were worried about them because we understand that dogs that are bred in that circumstance often are not easy to socialize with humans, but the 40 that we got are all very, very welcoming of human affection. They're all, actually, we got 40 good potential lap dogs. This guy particularly is doing well. Because they recognize if they grew up in a cage, they've never seen grass, they've never been on a lead, they've never lived with other dogs or really interacted with people in an unstructured environment. I walked him in on a lead. He was pretty good in the car. Of course, none of them are housebroken, so they all need some special attention, but Apricot is going to be a good guy. And you can feel free to change his name. So Apricot really had a tattoo on his ear. So he came to us as a number. This is a temporary name. He has not really connected the name to himself. So I'd love to find someone to bond with Apricot, change his name, and make him part of their family.
I think it'll be easy to do. He's very, very sweet. Buddy, you really are. Quick note on Washington, our guest last week.
Yeah, so Washington has not been adopted yet. I did not mention last week that Washington, because he's been with us for a while, has no application fee, no adoption fee. Washington's going to be a great dog for someone who's looking for a pity type. He's got some limitations, but he's one of our fan favorites, and we'd love to get him adopted. So if you're interested in either Apricot or Washington, or we have another 25 beagles, we're looking to find the best match for the personality of each dog. Contact us at the RISPCA, rispca.com, or 438-8150.
Always appreciate your time, Wayne. Thank you so much.
When we come back, Kelly has another look at the afternoon forecast. Stay with us. Well, he has done it again. Joey Chestnut is the hot dog eating champ. Here's Alexis Heroic.
Chestnut, the glizzy goat, has once again shown amateur hot dog eaters how it's done, finishing 63 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Although he didn't beat his personal record of 76 hot dogs, he still managed to beat his competitors by 16 glizzies. Also, while choking out a protester mid-chow. Check this video out. Protester ran on stage in a Darth Vader mask with a sign that read, "Expose Smithfield Death Star," a reference to an ongoing animal rights campaign in Utah. The NYPD has since arrested 3 people and charges are still pending. Looks like it's going to take a lot more to take down the Chomp champion.
It is just crazy when you think about how many hot dogs that is to eat in 10 minutes.
I bet he doesn't have them at any time during the year.
I would hope not.
Like, that's it.
Right. Yeah. I think after this weekend, I'm done with hamburgers.
Yeah.
I had enough this weekend.
But that's awesome.
Yeah, that was the 4th of July weekend. It's all about, right?
There you go.
Yes.
We have clouds. Eventually, that will lead to a chance of showers, and overnight, there's a chance we could sneak in a thunderstorm or 2. We're not expecting any severe weather from it. What you need to know is that we're going to pick up some wind this evening. So if you have a patio umbrella that's open, might want to close it. We're not expecting for you to have to chase it, but it just may be inconvenient if it's not weighed down. You get the idea. Tomorrow, early clouds, then clearing to sun. Should be actually pretty nice with highs in the low 80s.
All right, sounds good, Kelly. Thanks. And thanks for looking out for our patio umbrellas. That's going to do it for us for now. The news continues first at 4. Have a great day.